tonight's episode 161. We'll get started right at 8 o'clock. Go ahead and come on into the room, grab something to drink. I got signed in a little bit later today, just trying to get everything set up for tonight. And we're getting everything together. And we'll go live shortly. When we get to like 7:59, I'll go live. Give everybody a little bit of time to get logged in, and we will get started. When you join us, be sure to say hello in the comments so that I know you're with me. All right. Good, one is here, I see. Well, welcome. Oh, everybody's starting to pile in. Say hello if you're here. And that way I know you're here. We're going to get started right at 8 o'clock. It's about 2.5 minutes away. So go ahead and get something to drink if you need it. Use the bathroom, and we're going to get started right up 8 o'clock. Type hello so I know who you are. Oh, hey, Mark, how you doing? Hello in the comments. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Just a couple more minutes. We're going to get rocking and rolling. I see one person disappeared, but we still got a couple minutes, minute and a half left while we get rolling. At 59, I'm going to turn on the TikTok. I'm going to turn on TikTok. Right now we're on YouTube and Facebook. A lot of excitement to talk about. Lots of things coming up. All right. Need a little sip of water before we get rocking. Okay, it is 7:59. So let me get TikTok rolling. And we'll start recording shortly. All right, welcome TikTok. We're about to get started. We get started right at 8 o'clock. If you're in the room, I see Mark's in the room. He said hello. If anybody else joins us, please say hello so that I can know who's with me tonight. All right. Hey, Toya. See Toya Marie signed in TikTok. If you're in the main room from Facebook and YouTube, just type in a comment and say hello so I know. I know Mark is here. Someone else just say hello so I know you're with us. And so we're going to get started right. Oh, here we go. Let's get rolling. All right. Welcome to Touching Eternity, the podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick. Thank you for joining me for episode 161. Can y'all believe that? All right. Now we're back at full screen. Hey, Delise. How you doing? So, hey, Tina. Everybody's popping in. It's that time. And Glenda, hello, hello. So, guys, I'm almost done. I've got maybe a week and a half left of school. The countdown is here. The project is tough. Last paper I did was 45 pages long. I didn't cite it right, so I gotta redo it. So I'm redoing it. Nothing. But I got it taken care of, and I've already started on the third piece. So hopefully it won't be long, and I'll be done and be able to spend a lot more time with y'all. So what's going on? Let's talk about that first. Well, first I got to always start with the Spirit Heart Cruise, January 2nd to January 7th. Go to my website, sid-patrick.com. If you want to come join us, there's a lot of speakers on this spiritual cruise. It's going to be a journey out of Tampa, Florida on the Jewel of the Seas. That is a Royal Caribbean ship. Hey, Delise. Oh, Delise. It's a lot. It's not that I need help. I need time. Like, I spend 6 to 8 hours a day on this project. I had a whopping headache. I had to stop because it was getting bad. When we're going to the Myrtles, well, Trenny's coming in next week, and Trenny wants to be part of the Myrtles adventure. It'll probably be post Halloween, is what I'm thinking, probably in November. Before then, it's really, really busy and it's hard to get a room in the month of October. But after is really not too hard. So I kind of think we need to go when when it's not so, it's actually more expensive too, but when it's not in season for the Myrtles, and we'll go and we'll have some fun. Um, Okay, so we talked about the cruise ship. Let me get that down. So let me tell y'all what's going on. So Trini's coming in next week. We have a gallery. I think that's the Friday, which is let me look on the calendar. Next Friday is the 28th. So the 28th of August, I hope we posted that right. The 28th of August is going to be a gallery. I know we've done sold tickets to it. Trini's coming in, and we're going to have a gallery starting at 6:30 here at my home. If you want to know where I live, just when you go to get the ticket, it'll have the address, and it is going to be in the bungalow. And we've already sold at least a good quarter of the tickets on the first day, so that was good. We can't hold as many people anymore because now I have furniture out there, but it's a sofa, so it'll take place of some of the chairs that we were able to put up. So there'll be a gallery, and Trini and I are also going to do anybody that wants a group. If you would like a group, you need to message me on Messenger, and I can arrange a group. I'm not really arranging privates for us right now, because we're only doing like groups together, and then Trini's seeing her clients, and I'm seeing mine. So I wanted to get that out there. So we're going to be doing that, and I'm also, hey Stacy, I thought about inviting you over today. Maggie made some of he instead of the cake this time he made muffins, and this time it had chocolate chip in it. It's no sugar, and it was really, really good. Something you have to get you Maggie's recipe. I also got an invitation for you that I want you to see. But anyway, so what else is going on? So Trini's coming in. We're doing some of those things. Also, what I wanted to get out there, and y'all been asking for this, so please don't forget this. My energetics class is going to be the last weekend in September. You can do it online or in person. Of course, in person is better because you get to see all of me. But anyway, no, it's the Leo in me. But the in person is better. It is a very reasonably priced class. It is my most. What I love about this class, it's my most powerful class, and it's my most affordable class. So energetics is a great class. I've already got people signed up that want to retake it, that have taken it already, want to take it again. There will be some minor changes in it. Great. So Magnie's letting me know, for those who can't see and talk, that he's going to be in about 9:45. So what he's telling me is I can't talk over my normal time because I got to go get him from the airport. But anyway, hey Jill, my bestie, one of my other besties, one of my besties. Jill, yes, Jill loved energetics too. Energetics is a great course, folks. This is not just for psychics and mediums. Energetics is a course that is designed to help you understand your personal power and how to surround yourself so that you can obtain and have a good healing personal power, so you can attract to you the things you need and push away from you the things you do not need. And it is one of my most powerful classes. I teach little yes, Stacy says awesome course for sure. I will be teaching a piece of it, probably a little bit like a speech about it on the cruise in January, but that won't be, I only got 2 hours, and the class is a whole weekend. So it's going to be that last weekend, that Saturday and Sunday. I think the first day is like 10 to 4, and the second day is 10 to 3. And the reason I meant it at 3 is because it's football season. The dang Saints will be on after 3 o'clock. So those people who say they can't make it because of the Saints game, you just didn't want to make it. Because I made it so you could. Because I looked it up. Anyway, and it's going to be here. Some of it's going to be televised. But if you go to the game, you might not be able to make it. But again, you might be able to listen to it. But anyway, so energetics. I'm going to keep saying it. Energetics. It is probably my most powerful class. And so it's really not just for mediums or psychics, and I need to say that. It's a self-empowerment. It's how to use the law of attraction and frequency in your favor to attract what you need to attract in love, relationships, money, finances, career, just being an everyday person. It will help you if you truly understand its core meaning. And I'm going to kind of express that a lot when I teach it this time so that people understand that. And how, so let me explain to you about energetics and how it works to help people who are mediums or psychics, or if you are in that intuitive space. Why is this course good for you? Okay. So energetics, it helps. So it helps you put your negativity aside, and it helps you start to understand what your journey in life was about, what your story is, what brought you to where you are today, and how can you protect yourself, and how can you start stripping away painful memories, negative influences. How can you strip these away? How can you better understand who you are? And then how do you treat others? Because when you get into, and I'm saying this is the best plain as I can, until I understood the topic of energetics and how it works, my mediumship was never as sharp as it is today. I can tell you, I had a client on the phone. I'm going to tell you a little story. So this happened like yesterday, because Tuesday is the day that I usually read while I'm finishing my studies. And so I had a client who wanted mediumship right at 6 o'clock. So I go to get online, and I'm going to pull up her email to get online with her, and I can't log in to where I pull up the Google Meets. It won't let me log in. It wants me to give this password. Me and Magni, I tried every password we've used. It wouldn't open. So then I had to pull it up on my phone. So I was going to do it on my phone. Well, then the girl didn't show up right at 6, like 6:02. I thought she might have been like, forgot about it. I wanted to call her, so I had to get off my phone so I could call her. And then Magni chimed in, and so we finally got it up on my computer. And when I logged in, it was about 6:07, and she was there. And it was like, I apologized to her. I told her, I said, look, if this is going to be rushed, because I do have a client behind you, if this is going to be rushed, I had no problem rebooking you. You weren't there at 6. I was going to do you from my phone, but when you weren't there, I said, let me try this if I can get in my computer real quick. And I was going to call you and see about reschedule. She says, no, just go ahead. This is mediumship. Just go for it. And I mean, as I'm talking to her, bam, I jumped right in. Shut my eyes, closed, and immediately out comes, I got the male who passed with cancer. Father figure, do you understand it? Yes, her father passed from cancer. So, I mean, immediately the connection was there. And the reason why, and again, what I want to say to you is that before that would have terrified me. It took me a long time. It took me a long time to understand the workings of how all this works. And what I've learned through energetics, it's the energy around me. It's that clean energy that I try to embrace. We all have a job, and we all know there's always drama at the job, right? So I get that, but there's a way to allow that not to get in your personal space, and that's what energetics is about. Okay, it's about that law of attraction. It's about pulling the positivity to you, changing the frequency around you. Changing the frequency. The frequency around you can heal. It can do multiple things, okay? So changing that frequency around you is what energetics is going to help you with, okay? And this is just the first. I am coming up with a follow-up. My goal with energetics is I'm going to have the main course. I have an energetics 2, which gets even deeper. And then I want to do retreats where we go together. Hey, Dina. Where we go together and we explore ourselves and the energy around us. And I will definitely bring some healing and some frequencies into that as well. I'm actually, my friend Zita, I don't know if she's on tonight, but my friend Zita and I are going to go take from a lady, I think she's in Oregon, and she teaches frequency healing. And I sent Trenny a video yesterday, and y'all might have seen it post on Facebook. It was a video about how certain frequencies can regenerate stem cells and regenerate growth of your body. And so in a healing way. And if y'all remember the story, Trini did lose a finger and it grew back. So I give that to her frequency because she keeps that positive frequency around her. You know, hey Kim, hey Tiff, hey Maria, just and hey C Rose, CC Rose. Anyway, so I just wanted to get that out there so that y'all can start looking into some of this yourselves. I mean, if you want to come take energetics, great. If you don't, that's okay. Look into frequencies, look into learning how to heal yourself, surrounding yourself in that positive energy and moving forward. So I definitely recommend the course. Like I said, it's the last weekend in September. I believe it's 150 for the whole weekend, which is my most reasonable, and you will get the most out of this course. And it's here at my home, so we get to go to the bungalow together. Or if it depends on how many, if it's a small amount, we might just do it in my den. Just depends on how many people and how many people are online. My online is limited because I have to break you into groups. I'm going to probably only allow about 8 people online. Everybody else will have to come. I'll have to cut the course off at 8 online people because you're going to break into groups and do exercises, and I got to have y'all able to do that. And then there's a group game that we play where the people online can participate and the people there can participate. Stacy says, best thing I ever did was listen to Sid and cut those people with negative energy out of my life. Well, thank you, Stacy. Thank you, thank you. And again, with energetics is about too. It's not, you don't have to cut them out, but you got to understand that. I'm actually going to have some little gifts for y'all, which I got to get Magni to have printed up this week while he's home this week to print those up for me, and it'll be little gifts that y'all will wear when you want to. Some of you might not wear them because we'll have a cuss word involved. But anyway, so it will have a cuss word involved. But the class is going to be the last weekend in September. Come join me. And again, the reason, like I said, why this helps people who are that helps everybody. But the reason why it really helps people in intuitive arts, even your healers, how can you heal someone when you're housing negativity around you? I don't want to say energy. We talked about this, I think, last week. Not last week, because last week Janice was here. Janice has been so busy since she's been good Lord. But anyway, the week before we talked a lot about energy, and energy is not negative or positive. I know all the time people, oh, what's this negative energy on me? It's not the energy that's negative. It's whatever sent it. That's who's negative. Energy does have a positive and a negative charge, but the energy itself is not what's negative. It's not what's evil or bad. It's the person or whatever sent it or whatever happened that created it. The energy itself is just energy. Bottom line, it has a frequency. The frequencies do matter. There are some frequencies that don't do as good for you as others, but that doesn't mean they're negative. They're not purposely out there to harm you. It was the intent of what went there. I hope y'all understand that a little bit. But anyway, so, and I mean, I'm sure there's some, I'm sure there are some energy, depending on how forceful it is, how it comes, it can do damage to your body. And I'll give you that example. I had a very close friend, I don't want to say names online, but I had a very close friend in the spiritual community who started wearing EMF pumps to help raise vibration to see things that happen. Hey, Sophia. Yes, Sophia says, energetics is a great class. Yes, she took lots of aha moments in that class. And Rocky One, and Island Girl, and Kim A, and Mel. So anyway, I had a friend, and he would wear a lot of EMF pumps to pop the energy when doing spiritual work so that phenomena could happen. So physical phenomena could happen, and that does help. Okay? It will help. Hi, Lyndon. Anyway, I warned him about it. I said, stop wearing EMF pumps because it's not natural to your body. It's not natural to you. So you may want to not do that so much. But the results that my friend was getting was phenomenal. Where before to raise energy, we'd have to sing and pray for 20, 30 minutes. Now we're singing in 3 minutes and phenomenon is happening in the room, And so, hey, Lori and Yo-Yo. So anyway, I warned him that if he kept using this unnatural energy to his body, that he could get cancer. And again, he did not stop. And yes, he caught cancer. And unfortunately, towards the end, he didn't want to see me because I guess he was afraid I was going to say I told you so, which I would not have done because I love this person. He was a very dear friend. Him and his wife were they spent time in my home, all this. But towards the end, he didn't want to be seen. And I get it. I mean, I kind of get it. And I didn't take offense to it because that was his wishes before he passed. So I tell people, energy is. It's not the energy that's bad. I mean, you could get around something that you shouldn't be exposed to, because energy is powerful. The sun's powerful. You stay out in the sun too long, you get sunburn, right? So, so again, it's not the sun that's bad. It's the fact that you stayed out there too long that got you behind burned. Okay, or that you didn't have the right melatonin for that in your body to be able to withstand that brightness. And I know that firsthand because y'all know that my husband is from Norway and is very, 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 very light skinned. I never forget the first time he came to America. We went to, I took him to, my sister lived in Tampa, so I took him to Clearwater Beach. He went on the beach 5 minutes. He was red as a boiled crawfish. I mean, blistered and everything after 5 minutes on the beach because his body was not used to being in that type of sun. So, I mean, again, that energy wasn't that it was bad. It just wasn't good for him because the body needs to be able to adapt to its surrounding. And we're going to talk a lot about that in the energetics class. Hi, JME Webb and Violin. And let's see who else. Anybody else joins us. So anyway, I wanted to talk about the energetics class because it is, of all the classes I teach, it is my most powerful class that I teach. You're going to have so many aha moments. It's going to make you see sides of you never knew existed. And it's going to teach you a lot. So if you want, join us. It's going to be that last weekend in September. And I will take 8 people, I think, online. And I can have up to 12 people in the class, the in-person class. Won't go over 20 people to be teaching it to because, like I said, there's a lot of exercises and group things to do during that course. So enough about energetics, but I wanted to get it out there and let people understand about energy and its importance. And the new thing today is frequency, self-healing, and understanding how your body functions. And again, I always recommend to people I am a nurse, so I'm not going to medically prescribe anything. But I always tell people, check out your options, check out what you can do with your physician and natural medicine. They're both good. Doctors are great to give you a pill or a surgery. Natural medicine usually helps you get to the root core of things and helps that part of you heal. So I tell people, try to learn to do both. I can tell you that since I've been back in New Orleans, I have been feeling phenomenal. I don't know if it's the life change with the career and finishing school, or if it is. I've also been helping my body grow with peptides. I've been using some of those and smart ones, not a bunch, just a few. Some to help me with some medical shit. Since I've been doing them, I feel wonderful. I'm sleeping great. Got a lot more energy. Hey, Kathy. So again, I'm not going to talk about that because that's not my forte. So we will talk a little bit about classes right now. So I wanted to mention also to everybody, I have a lot of people coming to me wanting to learn mediumship 1, mediumship 2, mediumship 3, numerology, want to learn how to read aura photos, all the classes that I do. So what's going on with me right now so that you all know is that my first project is finishing school. I should be finished by no later than next week, okay? I really might even be finished before then, but I should be finished no later than next week is my plan. Hey, Sherry. But my classes I'm going to post 1 year in advance, and they're only going to be offered once a year in person. I will do them once a year. I will have a class probably almost every month. I will take a month off might take a couple months off for vacationing and traveling and all that kind of fun stuff. But my classes will be once, and they're going to be posted a year in advance. So there's no excuse that, oh, this came up, that came up, whatever came up. It's posted a year in advance. If you want to come, take the initiative. Best I can tell you. But what I am also doing is I'm putting the courses online where you can get, hey Daphne, where you can get an online, you can go online and take the class. You can. And I will also set it up where you can have a one-on-one with me before and after the class if you like, for a little bit of mentoring. I'm going to offer it online. You can take the online anytime you want, but if you want to come to an in-person, which people who's ever been around me teaching know that the in-person classes are the best. You're going to get a lot more out of it. You're going to be able to ask questions in real time. Hey, Shamara and Lesanne and Anwar. Some more people are joining. So anyway, so you will be able to, take them online if you want. You don't, but and then again, some of the classes that I do will be offered online and in person at the same time, but they're only going to be once a year. That is my goal. Other than that, I'm going to be doing some travel, and I'm going to be doing some demonstrations around the globe and doing what I do. And so, bringing that up about how to get me. So let's talk. If you follow me, you know that the only way to get an appointment from me is either through my direct phone number, which is posted on my website, which is about to change. So remember that I'm going to have both phones for, but I'm going to be changing the phone number on the website. And you have to go through my website, or you can message me a messenger. And the ones when you book on the website, when you book directly from my website, that is an online meeting. That is not an in-person. If you want an in-person meeting, you have to message me to get that. Okay? So everything else is online. Beware that the phone number is going to change. I'm going to say it again. The phone number is going to change. I will have both lines in case some people haven't switched over. I will keep both numbers, but I'm going to change the number on my website. And what's my website? My name, Sid Patrick. If you type in Sid Patrick, you should be able to find it. You can either type in www.sid-patrick.com, or you can go www.sidpatrick.com, but no dash, because I think we now bought both of those. So, and they take you to the same place. So I've got both of those. So either one of those, as long as you know my name, you can do it. You cannot book. I will never ask you to book with me on Facebook. Oh, I might if I can say that. Well, the Book of Faces, how they say, or the Tiki-Taki TikTok clock. You can never book me from there. The only way to get it, and if anybody, because there's a lot of people trying to steal, this week they actually attacked me and Trenny, trying to steal our identities and trying to get people to, send them money for a message. Folks, I will never do that. Anybody who knows my character or knows me even a little bit knows that's not my thing. The only way you will ever get a private reading with me is booking through my website or texting me personally for a session. I will never market you. I will never hustle you on the Book of Faces or the Tiki-Taki or YouTube. I had to change the names a little bit so they don't take us down. So know that, and I know that I got hit this week because I got plenty people message me saying, look, somebody's impersonating you. So let me tell you what y'all do. If you see somebody impersonating anybody, not but me, Trenny, or anybody, Jill, anybody, the best thing to do is report and block them and report them. Hey Pat, hey Cheryl, hey our crafty Grammy. So, and Craig, anyway, so know that, I will never market you or come at you. I know, I don't have, guys, I'm busy. I don't have time to go out and I don't have to go out and solicit people for sessions. Okay, if you want a session, there's a way to get there is a way to get a hold of me. Okay, and that's the only way. Okay, the only time I do any free sessions, now listen what I'm saying carefully, free sessions or free readings is when I do my podcast. Always at the end, I'll do a few little pull cards, whatever, and it's just a generic, basic type. Here's your card. This is what it means, and I move on. I do not get into anything like, other than that. The reason why I said pay attention to that is because I do offer a free service. I will offer it free until unless I have to limit it, which I haven't had to yet because it hasn't been that busy. But if you just want to talk about spirituality and you send me a message, either on by text to the number that you're going to see on my website, or you book a session, and or you have to text me. I think you can book, but when you ask, I do free sessions, but I will not talk to dead people. I will not do any validations. I will not pull you a card. I will talk to you about your spirituality. I will give you some suggestions. I will talk to you about if you have something going on that you want to talk about. I will talk to you about it. Okay, 30-minute limit. I mean, won't go over 30 minutes, but I'll spend 30 minutes of free time with you talking about things. Or if you want education on something, I have no problem doing that. I do not charge for that. I only charge when I work. When I'm reading cards, or I'm talking to people's loved ones, or I'm doing a numerology chart, or reading a palm, or doing any of those things, then hey, Val and Glow and Fireball, that's those are the only times that I charge. I don't charge to talk to you about an issue that you're having, or if you're having trouble with your spirituality, or if you're getting hit with if your life is in a negative mess. I have no problem giving you some guidance. I do not charge for that, but I will not pull a card. I will not connect to your loved ones when I do that. So understand that. So I do offer those free. Right now, they are free, and you don't even have to leave a deposit. If it gets out of hand, then you're going to probably have to leave a deposit for that free time, and then I'll return it when you show up for your appointment. Because again, every time you book me for 30 minutes and you don't show up, you've just stopped somebody else from coming in. So that's how, but right now I don't do that because people have been pretty decent with respecting the time that we set up. So unless it gets disrespectful, then, then I won't do that. So that's how you get an appointment with me. And actually, I've been very busy. Please note, I need to say this. There's not a lot scheduled right now on my website because I'm in school still. After next week, when I'm finished, I'm going to start posting a whole bunch of dates and stuff. You'll see more dates. I only put out dates for the month ahead. I do not go several months out because things happen, folks. People book us for events on weekends. People, book, we'll host something during the week that we have to be, available for, or I may have to do some travel to an event. So I do not book no further than 1 month out. If you're lucky to get one of those sessions, great. Thank you. But I only book 1 month out. And I do that because of all the times that, I don't never know when Trini's coming in, that we have to do a gallery or do something. I never know when Jill wants to do a gallery, or she wants to come tell stories at one of my galleries or demonstrations. She wants to come work with me. I don't know. And I also have the Aura camera too. Just had a shop reach out to me, wants me to come by with the Aura camera, so I'm about to send them some information. But anyway, I do have an Aura camera too. So where we take your energetic photos, and then I teach people how to read that energy. What does it mean, and how to get in depth. Hey, bestie, you was late tonight, but I love you. My bestie Jamie just stepped in. We got dates this weekend. Me and Jamie going out together Friday and Saturday night. Oh, speaking of, while I got everybody online, Jill, I hope you're still listening. But hey, Sherilyn and Terry, Friday is we're going out to KJ's to celebrate Magnie and Jamie's dad Errol's birthday. There'll be cake. I'm going to buy a little bit of food at KJ's. We're not going to haul it. I'm going to buy some food there. And we're going to celebrate their birthdays. Y'all welcome to come out. We're going to get there at 8 to set up. We'll start everything about 9. And then we're going to sit and enjoy the karaoke, have drinks, eat cake, eat food, and have a good time. If you want to come out and wish Magnie a happy birthday, please come out and wish him a happy birthday. And if you want to come out and wish Errol a happy birthday, Jamie's dad, who is our DD, he is our designated driver, so gotta love him. So if you want to come out and join us and have some fun, bring your singing voices, because I don't karaoke, but love to see you do it. Hey Scooter, how you doing, Matt? And Sharon, did I say that? Mueller? I think I got that one right because I know that name. But anyway, so don't forget this Friday, if you're in the New Orleans area, we'll be at KJ's on Friday we'll get there at 8, but we're going to start the singing. Everything starts around 9, so we'll have food and cake for everybody who comes. The food and the cake will be no charge. Of course, if you buy drinks, it's a bar, that'll be there. And Michelle says, I don't know why I'm always missing you lately. It doesn't notify. Well, TikTok will never notify you. So what I normally do, what time? 9 o'clock, Daphne. We're going to get there at 8 to set up, but 9 o'clock. So, Sherilyn, it doesn't really notify you, but I'm every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time. And what I will do always is usually on Facebook, I will post because people see it, people who join our group. So also, if you're new to me and Facebook, ask to be put into the group. I can put you in Mon and Trini's group, and we send everything out there and on Facebook. And so I always text sometime before the podcast at an hour, podcast at 8 p.m. Central. Like today, I just put around 6:30 podcast tonight, 8 p.m. Central Time. And that was it. I put that on Facebook, and I put it in our group Facebook as well. So the group is really, really good because we have like probably over 1,000 members in the group. So a lot of people who follow us get it. So just ask to be put in a group when you message me on Facebook so I can get you in the group, because that way you'll get everything for sure. So where are we? Well, that was a lot of talk for 34 minutes. So I wanted to let everybody know, everybody's been asking me about my courses. And so Jill came over for lunch one day last week, my friend Jill. I love me some Jill. And we spoke for a very long time. And what Jill was saying, Tina messaged me on Facebook. That's the way I'm going to remember it. She goes, Sid, everybody keeps talking about your classes, but you do them very, you do them here, you do them there. She says, you really should only be doing them once a year and posting them early. That way people know. So Jill gave me that wonderful idea. So that's why I said I'm going to post all my courses that I'm teaching in New Orleans a year in advance. So I'll be posting that starting, and they're always on a weekend, folks. It's usually a Saturday and a Sunday. My Mediumship 1 might have to be Mediumship 1, because it's an intense class. It's going to be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It used to be a 5-day class. I've had to cut it down because people just always aren't available for the 5 days. And so I'm going to just do it. I'm going to do it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but it's 3 full days. And the reason why the mediumship class is so long is that there's a lot to cover. And there's a lot of exercises that we do in that class that take time. An example, one of my favorites, which scares a lot of people, is the overshadowing. One of the things I do in that course is I let you see energy with the naked eye. So I light up a red light and diffuse it and put people on one side of it, put them in trance, while the others are looking at them and watching the energy circling and changing their face and their shapes and changing their sexes and putting doll's eyes on their closed eye. It's really wild. But it's called overshadowing, and it's just the energy around you shifting your facial features into other faces. And so it's really, really a cool thing to see. Okay, and so what I do is I will put like 3 chairs on one side of the light where it's diffused, and I will put these people down into the trance states, and then the people on the other side of the light are watching the facial changes, and I take them down for about 5 to 10 minutes, not a long period, but enough time where, thank you, Lee, is that LaSalle? Thank you, LaSalle. I put them down long enough to give time so that people can actually see the energy change in the face of the person in the chair in trance. So it's really, really cool. It is. It's really cool. It's, in fact, one of my friends who's a healer, she's one of New Orleans Reiki masters, Tian. Her culture, it freaked her out so bad. She started calling in the archangels and stuff. She freaked out. She started, Archangel Michael, Mother Mary, help me, help me. She got free. I had to calm her down. I was like, Tian, you're a Reiki master. These are the faces your clients see on you. I said, think about that. She goes, yeah, but I don't have to see it. She got scared because she saw people's faces starting to change. But it's just energy. It's the energy around us. And that's why it's so important to have that good, clean energy around you, keeping that barrier up. And that's why the energetics course is so powerful. TM was your Reiki teacher. Yes, I love TM. In fact, I have to go see her. She called me a couple weeks ago, about a month now, but I'm so tied up at school, I've not been able to get over to see her. She has a package from me from her daughter. So I need to go over there and see her. But anyway, yes, she is the best. Love TN. But like I was trying to tell her, like she started freaking out watching all these faces change. And it was a culture thing for her because growing up, when she saw different faces, she took that as dark or evil, and it wasn't. It was just these people, spirit people, who were within them in their energy, changing their faces to things. I mean, I've seen people change from male to female. I've seen them change nationalities from American to Asian to Afro-American. I mean, you just see all these different faces start changing because of the energy. And again, these are just people that are in your auric field. It's called overshadow. They're not possessing you. She felt like somebody was being possessed. Like, no, nobody's being possessed. That's, it is a wild story. And I can sit here and tell y'all stories all night, God knows. I have been blessed with seeing so many spiritual miracles in my life. And I hope and pray that many people have some of the blessings that I've had with that, and being able to experience how powerful love is and how powerful the spirit is when it's backed by love and not hate. And when you learn that, it is absolutely wonderful. So Tina says, it was very cool. I was a teenager. My dad set me down in front of a mirror in the dark room with only a candle lit on the dresser, a white towel over my head. I turned, yes. So that's kind of like what this does. I remember I tell people it's like if you used to play Bloody Mary and put the candle and a light under them, and you would see it's still as long as it's kind of diffuse light, candlelight is diffuse. You can start seeing the energy moving around people, and it will morph their faces. So yes. Oh, well, thank you. I used to go to the Metaphysical Center all the time. Yes, we missed the center a little bit, and I'm glad I'm not there now, just because I needed to change and move on with my life a little bit and go into the direction that I wanted for me. The center itself, the building and the storefront was mainly for Denise. And when she passed in 2019, um, it really, I stayed with it like 2024. I stayed with it another 5 years, but I didn't have the buy-in like it was when Denise was there. And then I always wanted to just teach, and I can teach at home. I want to teach and demonstrate. Kathy Johnson says, my doctor's interested in the aura camera. She's a holistic functional medicine. Okay, great. I'll definitely talk to. I even teach you how to read it and tell about how to tell what illnesses there are, because I can look at your photo and see the illnesses. Yeah. So my part of the center. So Denise's part was the store and the gathering and bringing people in, and my piece was I wanted to teach, demonstrate, and help people grow. And when she passed, I had to get into the retail side of it, and we did it for a while, and we did well with it. I mean, we did really well during COVID, and I had, we did really well with the center, but towards the end, it was just trying to work a regular job, and the center just wasn't enough. And then having look, and I love my employees, but ooh, you never know what's going to happen when you have employees. They get sick, things happen, things move, they get angry, they get happy, whatever, and you have to deal with that. And it was just a lot too much for me. I needed to pull away from that, and I did. Oh, you did table tipping with us with Denise. Okay. Okay, well, I shared the table tipping story early. My friend with the EMF ups, that was our master teacher. That's the one who taught Denise and taught me. So yes, that's the one who passed. That was a very good friend of ours. So thank you for that memory. But anyway, hello, Don the Magic J. But anyway, so I wanted to. I'm going to be sharing some stories with you guys as we go on. My goal right now is I got a book I need to finish. Y'all all seen Touch in Eternity, the event, which is all about physical mediumship, which table tipping is a part of physical mediumship. You also you see Touch in Eternity, the podcast, which is what we're on right now. Well, coming to a store near you sometime early next year is going to be Touch in Eternity, the book, and it's going to be about all the miracles that I've experienced, and all the different things that I've seen and have experienced, and just the beauty of it all, and the blessings of it, and the love that comes from it. And so that's what it's going to be around. That's what it's going to be about. It's gonna be a based on true stories book, because you got to have a little fiction in it to keep people reading it. So, but it's every story that's told in it, like the stories of the spiritual stuff, are all stuff that really happened. They really happened. So that part is real, but there's an outer story that's going on that'll be fiction, and it's just to keep the interest in the book rolling. So it's going to be based on true story book, because most people would not believe the miracles that I have seen, the blessings that I've had. Most people think I'm imagining it, dreaming it. And there's a few people that I've taken on some of these journeys with me that know this, have seen this. The things I report, 90% of them, I was with other people when they happened. So there are witnesses to it all. There's about a 10% of the stories that people were not with me. So it's my word. So, but again, the things that happened and were witnessed are far more just out of the box. And one day, who knows? It may even become a movie. There's so many wild things that have happened. I can make the Warrens look boring because they used to go after the evil stuff. I go after the good stuff. So I got to see good stuff. I'd be the angelic version of the Warren movie series. Because I don't go play with the stuff that like they did. I go after the more of the blessings and the love and the compassion. Now, there is some heartache in us, because around mediums there's always death. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. Dealing with mediumship, I am exposed to a lot of death. So I need to say that. Hey, Debbie. Yes, you'd be able to purchase it as an audiobook probably too. You know, and that's how about all me. When we're mediums, we deal with so much death. Death. I don't want to say death. Death. That's the South in me. But what people don't understand is that when you're doing mediumship, or you're doing something in the spiritual world or the works of the spirit, you can't judge other people. You have to allow them to hold on to some type of faith, whether you believe it or not. Their faith is personal to them. Their belief system is personal. I don't agree with everybody, and that's fine. Who am I? I could be wrong, you know. But I do believe that faith is important. She says, when you're trying to sleep at night, do the spirits still mess with you? Well, they don't wake me up, but they will jump in my dreams. So I think we had that conversation when I had a series on dreams. How now that the more spiritual I've gotten, when I dream, I'm always in another alternate life. Where I never had that growing up. Like when I had all those other fears and stuff going on in my mind, in my head growing up, you know, once I got rid of all that, my dreams are clean. Like they're clean. They're not, you know, they're not crazy. They're like just me in another dimension or me in another space. And then the people that I know are there too, but they have different roles. See, it goes, they may move the bed. Yes, they can do that. Spirits can move. They can move your bed. So let's talk about that. What are spirits capable of? Anybody know that answer? What is it? What are spirits capable of? Anything. They can do anything. So don't be afraid of it. You know, they can. I mean, the spirit world can materialize, they can dematerialize, they can move things, they can shape things, they can create things, they can do things, but they will never mess with your journey. They will give you clues and hints, but your journey is yours. They can scare the mess out of you, yes, but why would you be scared of them? Yeah, that's why I say we allow society. This is a lot about energetics. We allow society and culture to make us fear. But when we don't have that fear, we're unstoppable. When we realize to love one another is stronger than belonging to any group. If you belong to the group of love, that's the most powerful, largest group there is, that you have no animosity with anyone for being who they are. Unless they harm you. Now, they harm you, you have to put a wall between them. But so you have to be able to learn that. But I have no ill will for anyone. No, I really don't. A lot of people would say, now people come in and out of my life, you know, all the time. And sometimes my life changes those things, and that's fine. But I don't have any, I can't think of anybody that I dislike or hate. You know, there's some people I wish them better for themselves or better for their life. And so I try to send them little blessings. They can either take them or refuse them or feel they don't need them. Well, that's fine. You know, that's them. That ain't a me thing. That's a them thing. So I honestly can say that there's really, at this point in my life, there's nobody that I'm angry with. There's nobody that I'm upset with. You know, there's some people I just don't care to be around because of the way they behave. I can name a few of those right off the top of my head, but it's because they're so negative. You know? Oh, it should never scare you when you feel something sitting on your bed. As long as it's not hurting you, talk to it. Have a conversation with it. Get to know the energy in your house. If things are happening in your house, get to know it. If you want it to stop, that's the best way. Build a relationship with it. You know, and just because something's dark, people, and I got to say this, and I say this so much, just because something appears to you dark doesn't mean it's evil. Dark is not evil. That's a culture thing. We talk about that in energetics. That's a culture thing. There's beauty in darkness as there's beauty in lightness. Know that. Know that. Because of experience, Cheryl Lynn. Because Cheryl Lynn asked me, how did you get to know it? I said, well, it's just through the years I've learned to talk to it. And I've been exposed to this kind of stuff since childhood. I mean, if anybody's listened to some of the bedtime stories, would say I talked to tell about when I was at the babysitter's house when I was a child, how the dark figure would come floating out of the closet when I was trying to go to sleep at night and stay at the foot of the bed. And I thought it was just me. I thought maybe I was just imagining it. But 50 years later, post Katrina, I'm in the pool by my sister's house in Texas, and I started to bring it up, and she finished the sentence. So my little sister and I are 9 years apart, and she saw the dark thing come out of the closet too. My older sister didn't get to see it. Yes, all spirits communicate with the living? Absolutely, but the living has to learn how to communicate with the spirit. No, so anybody can communicate, Mark, with the spirits, but you have to understand the language of it. And that's what mediumship and that teaches you is how to start developing your language with the other side. Your language is going to be different than everybody else. So it's spirit. So let me explain that to you. So you have so every person watching tonight has got a spirit with them, their own. Okay. Every living person, every living thing has its own spirit, has its own energetic spirit. We have what we call our higher self. Our higher self communicates with the energies around us, sometimes consciously, sometimes subconsciously. Okay, but our spirit, like that's like, so let me give you an example of that. You ever start to walk somewhere and something just says, I don't think I need to go over there. Maybe I should go over there. So you go, you just change the direction. That's your higher self going ahead of you, feeling something wasn't right, bringing it back to you in the form of an emotion, or a sense, and you sense that maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I need to go do this, and you do it. Okay, that's how your higher self communicates with you. How do you know your higher self is with you? Well, if you own a pendulum, pull it out and hold it. Draw a circle on a piece of paper and on one side of paper and draw an arrow on the other. Then hold your pendulum over and look at the circle or the arrow. And if you're looking at the circle, your pendulum will start forming a circle as you're looking at it. Flip it over and do the arrow, and your pendulum will go back and forth. And if you move the arrow side by side, if you move it catty corner, it'll do that. It'll go whichever way you. It's your higher self controlling. It's not you. It's your higher self. It's you, but it's your energy that's controlling that. And your higher self knows. Your higher self knows what's about to happen to you. Sometimes it's consciously, and sometimes it's subconsciously. So when a medium is working, we're creating a language using our senses, using our smell, our sight, our taste, our hearing, our feeling. We're using these senses to create a language that when we feel this, what does that mean? What does that mean? And again, the spirit world is very, very smart. And remember, spirits are energy. They don't like to be called energy, especially they're your loved ones, but they're energy. Okay, so once you learn to keep positive energy around you and you keep that positivity moving, then that energy is going to start working with you to help you create a language. So when you walk, that's how mediums work. We created a language with the energy around us and with people's energy so we can pull it. So when a medium isn't good, it's not, for me, if there's a medium who's a known medium, they don't do well with you, doesn't mean that medium was bad. It meant that y'all didn't have the right connection. Because a medium can't work by themselves. They need the energy. They need the sitter's energy to come through. They need the spirit's, to me, they need the spirit's energy and the sitter's energy to come together. They need to go through the soul of the sitter and connect with them spiritually, physically, and emotionally, and use all their senses to take the hit, the energy, and see what are they seeing. Somebody here has some father that passed up, or grandfather that belonged to the Masons. But anyway, just saw that symbol. But anyway, so while it's that easy. Like you start the pictures pop. Once you let go of stuff and you let go of your fear, the pictures they just pop up. So anyway, um, when you connect, it's not always the medium's fault if they don't connect. The medium can only work with what they're given. So when you go see a gallery or you go to see a medium and you're sitting in the audience like this and leaning back and you don't get a reading, you wonder why you didn't. This must be bull. No, it's because you didn't open up for it. It's just as much your fault. It's everybody. It's not just one person. So when I'm at a gallery, if somebody's playing hard, like you tell me with that, like, well, Like, no, if you really don't want a reading, then no. Yeah, will I ask a question? Absolutely, because you want answers from me that's going to mean something in your life. I can read tarot cards in my sleep. Okay, I know what every one of them means to me, and I know what it means when they're in combinations with other cards. I've been doing this since I'm 13. I'm 65. I know exactly what I'm doing. Okay, the cards speak to me. Like Jill says, they tell me a story. But they do. They tell me a story, and I'm telling you the story. Now, if you want the story to be more accurate, I might ask. I'll ask this almost every day. Are you married, single, divorced, widow, dating, or other? And a lot of people, well, you tell me. Well, okay, well, this looks like you're single now because I see you're going to be sleeping with somebody in about 6 months. And you might not be single. You might be a cheater. Well, I'm looking at the story. You're trying to tell me, well, you tell me. I mean, I might ask you what you do for a living because I'm seeing something in the cards that's talking about a certain type of promotion or a certain type of thing that's going to happen at your job. And I'm going to tell you who it's going to happen to or how it's going to happen. But I need to know what you do so I can pinpoint it for you. And so I love those people that come to me and they sit there like, you tell me, you're the psychic. I just laugh and say, yeah, I am. But I might not be yours though. But yeah, I am. I'm not gonna say I'm not, definitely not. I would not never say I was the best because there's no such thing as best. But I am up there in the ranks because I've been doing this for so long, and I've helped. I got people who own corporations that come to me on a regular basis to talk about, you know, their business and things that are going to happen and stuff. And they come to me on a regular, like they come to me like every 6-7 months or so. So I have a whole clientele that just does that. So I mean, but again, they understand. Yes, Stephen, is that so? Stephanie, you will get a card. Stephanie asked for her card early, so I did want to say that to you. That so when you go get a reading, be open. Don't think about what you want to go with a list of questions that you want answered. Most of the time, I will answer them before we get to them. But if I didn't get to any of them, I always give you at least one to three, depending on how much time we have, in questions that you can ask me, and I will give you information about that. All right. Yes, it is card time, Stephanie. So Stephanie put up that she wanted a card first. Jamie, if you're on, you're going to have to, like, I got to move the thing over in TikTok. TikTok, the puzzle piece. Oh, got it. Oh, first try this time. Good. All right. Let me break the last reading I did. Home, money. Somebody's selling a house. Somebody's looking at buying a house. A house going under contract. Okay. I hope it ain't mine now. It's a little late. Maybe it's Celeste and she ain't here tonight. Celeste, maybe it's you if you're here. Anyway. Suppose Celeste been trying to sell her house forever. All right, so let's see. Let me find the first person that asked me was Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie, you can, and this is how this works, folks. Ask a question, you get 3 cards. Just want a card, you get a card. Stephanie, you get a card. Your card is Judgment, Stephanie. So with that, and it came straight up. So that kind of tells me there are a lot of decisions going on that has to be made. There are things that you have to take care of. What I'm feeling really quick, there's something medical with somebody in the family, or you're saying that there's some decisions that have to be made. So know that I'm saying it, because the minute I felt my medical stuff come over me. So I wanted to say that to you as well. And then the next one is Sherilyn. Sherilyn, you got the Lovers, girl. So that's about, not always, doesn't mean love, like relationship. It just means any kind. It could be a friendship. I see something growing for you, something new that's going to take place. It could be just a friendship. It could be something that's developing. Know that I said that for you. And then over here, I've got Sean Ray. Sean Ray, you've got the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is all about making decisions with your job. I see a split decision coming. Should I move? Should I stay? What should I do? There's an offer coming to you. and you will be fine. And I think that you're going to make the right choice, what that looks like for me. And let's see. Okay, Sophia, is anybody over here? I did Sherilyn. So, Sophia, this one's for you. Sophia, you've got the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is all about finding peace at home. It's about pulling things together and understanding that home is not always the place you live, but it's the place you feel most comfortable. So I need to say that to you as well, my friend Sophia. We'll be seeing you in September sometime. We're coming up your way. And Glenda wants to know about her. Okay, and then Taylor, I'm going to get you next, Taylor. Right now, I'm going to do Glenda 3 cards because she asked a question. Will your son get a job? Well, first he has to look a little more harder because that says that he ain't looking like he should. I do see a job coming and it will grow for him. It'll start small and it will grow. So know that I said that. I do think he will, but first he has to look a little better. So I'm going to say that to you. And now I have Taylor. Taylor, you've got temperance. So this is my friend Taylor. I know who Taylor is. Taylor on TikTok. Taylor, you are the most temperate person I know. Temperance is about patience. It's about understanding. It's about moving into the life's flow and allowing your experiences to grow. Allow them to develop. Okay, and let's see. I am now on Tiffany. Tiffany, you've got the 5 of Swords, and this tells me that there's some kind of emotional eternal battle that you're dealing with right now, but you will win, but it's not going to feel as good as you wanted it to feel when you do win, but you will win. So I do need to say that. And Leanie says, can I get a card if you have to? Eileen, yes. Eileen, you got the girl. Let's go party, girl. You got the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is all about a new social experience for you. So I would say get involved with that. I see some people coming together for that, and it's going to be something for you. Thank you, Taylor, for that lovely comment. And then I have Delise. Delise, it's only 9:03. Delise, I live 2 minutes from the airport. It's 9:03. His plane lands at 9:45. He won't get to the front gate to 10:15. I'm good. Anyway, Delise, you've got the 8 of Swords, which is the blinded woman. So what this says is right now that you have something you're going through in life right now that you have to be careful about because it can hurt. So you have to protect yourself. Watch where you're going, and things will be okay. And Max says, will my family step in and help me take care of my mom, or am I still on my own? Well, it says, I kind of feel you're going to be a little bit on your own. You may have to hire some help is what I'm thinking. I wouldn't wait for him. I'm just being honest about what I'm saying. I wouldn't wait for him, Mac. I'd probably get the ball rolling, and maybe once you set that in motion, then maybe some family members might step up a little more, okay? And let me see. So Jamie, I'm at Jamie. Jamie, I have a question. Are we going to get the answers this time for my mother-in-law's test tomorrow to see what is going on with her? I think you will, but there's going to be more tests, unfortunately. I think you will get some of the answers, but I don't think you'll get the whole picture, and they're going to want to do more. Be careful they're not milking you. I'm going to say that too. So you might want to call me about that. All right, and who's after Jamie is Debbie Longstreet. Hey, Debbie. The Chariot. Debbie, are you going on a trip? The Chariot's all about travel. It's about trip. It's about moving forward with plans to do something, to get away, to have a little journey of your own. And I'm going to leave you with that. And Sean T. Ray says they want another card. Okay, Sean. This one is the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups is all about not seeing the big picture. Be more focused in your decision making so that the big picture comes closer to you. And Kathy says, card please. Okay. Kathy, you got the Queen of Wands. This says focus on career right now. Focus on what's going on. The Queen, this Queen in particular, is one of the best, but also one of the worst. because when she's negative, but you got her in a positive mode. So what I want to say about this card is take control of where you see yourself going with work or with your retirement. It's now time to take some stand because it looks like there may be something sliding away from you, so you need to get back in charge of things again. Okay, and that's the Queen. Thank you, Mac, for that confirmation. And now I have everyone making sure Magni gets home. Everybody loves poor Mag. Well, can't help but love him. You can't, guys. Magni is the apple in my is the blessing, is the one true blessing in my life, and most of y'all know that. So yes, I do teach tarot too. It will be done once a year, but I offer a pretty intensive class that's free on my YouTube page. So if you go to Touchy Attorney Sid Patrick, there is it's called Tarot with Sid, the whole story. There's a free level 1 class online on YouTube. So, and that's free from me. That is free from me. Magni's also not feeling good, y'all. He caught a sore throat. It said he had to go to training for his work. It's on YouTube. It should be in the touch. It should be Tarot with Sid, Tarot, the whole story. I do it's a whole course on tarot. It's my big tarot course. I put it for free online because now I teach more advanced tarot. Like when I bring people in, we look at combinations and things like that. That goes through every card, every numerology, every color, everything. And then when I teach now, I get more into how people understand the combinations of the cards. Like when you, if anybody's had a reading knows, I lay in most of the piles, there are 3 cards, and then the piles line up and they tell me a story. Depends on how they line up. And so the more cards, the better. So yeah, Magni, he went to, he had to, every once a year they have to go through special training with his job. And he was there and he came home with sore throat last week. And now he wrote me and said, well, the sore throat's gone, but now the cold's coming in, so I got to stay away from him. Yes, Tasha, you can get a card. Of course you can get a card, Tasha. Tasha, you've got the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups is all about finality. It's about putting something behind you and moving forward, Tasha. So it says you've done as much as you can do. And this could be with work, could be if you're in school. It means that you've done as much as you can do. It's time to look for something more for you, some kind of growth. And sometimes it's a little scary. That's why he's walking away from there and he's going to the other side of those rocks back there in the back, and he's going to go find what it is more for him to do, because he's done lined up all those cups perfectly. And so now it's time to find something else. I hope that makes sense to you, Tasha. But that is the card I pulled for you. Haven't pulled symbology out in a while, but that won't be tonight. But probably next week I'll probably pull out some symbology cards too and do some readings with those. Okay. So again, people, not this Friday, next Friday, the 28th, 6:30, my house. I'll be doing a gallery with Trenny Simmons. We'll be talking to your dead people from the other side. Come join us. It'll be a lot of fun. If you would like a group reading, a group is 6 or more people. It's good to have 10 because it makes it more affordable. Our groups are a flat rate, but we do up to 10 people with that. So it is if you can get 10 people, that makes it more affordable for you. If you want to book a group, it is now time. Now's the time to let me know so I can start taking down. And it's not this weekend, next weekend. So let me know. And also, you should see sometime by the end of next week as well, like when Trenny's here, I'm going to be posting my schedules for the next month. And it won't be a lot. And I'm not in school, but Sid has taken a 2-week vacation. I haven't decided if I'm going to go to Europe for 2 weeks or if I'm just going to drive around the United States for 2 weeks. And I need a vacation. I need something that's for me, that's not work related. I want to go rest, so I plan on doing that. What is the flat rate for a group, please? The flat rate for a group with Trenny and I is $600. If you get 10 people, that's $60 a piece. Everybody there will get a mini reading from us. And And what time is the 29th? Is it the 29th? It's the Friday is at 6:30. Is that the close the 28th? Friday the 28th is the gallery, and it's at 6:30 at my home. When you go onto my website to get your seat, because it's the only place you're going to get it, is you have to go to my website, because I don't put anything, you know, out on Facebook or something like that to purchase, because then all the scammers jump in. So you have to go to my website, sid-patrick.com, to do. But if you message me a messenger, we could schedule you something if you want a group reading with us. But again, like I said, if you get 10 people, it's $60 a piece. If you get 6 people, it's $100 a piece. But think of it this way. So this is what I wanted to tell people. So a lot of people are like, well, let me get 10 people. Let's say, well, we got 10 people. That's more people to read in the 3-hour top. So people get a smaller amount of time. 6 people paying $100 will get more time with us. Makes sense? And a reading with us, naturally, I think Trenny's is 200. And I'm 160 now for an hour. I was 175. I dropped it to 160, but I went up on my cards, and I went down on my mediumship, because mediumship really only needs to be 30 minutes unless you really want an hour. But I mean, 30 minutes is plenty of time. So prices are on my website, so you can always go to my website, sid-patrick.com, and see those. And somebody says invite race and religious as a guest. I didn't know that was a person. I thought that was a place. I also have an author of some books who wants to come and be on my podcast. Heather, I will give her a shout this week and see if she wants to come next week, if she's available for a little bit of the podcast. Okay? All right, folks, it's about that time. I enjoyed talking with y'all. It's been a wonderful evening. Take care. Keep loving your hearts. And I will see you soon again on Touching Eternity, the podcast. I'm your host, Sid